In a world where every vote counts, where the power to shape the future lies in the hands of the people, the stakes have never been higher. Welcome to IntualityAI's Election Edge, your go-to source for the most accurate and insightful election predictions.
Go vote.
Here's Howard and Grant to tell you about exciting IntualityAI's predictions update.
Welcome to the Election Edge podcast, the podcast that uses IntualityAI's unique predictive analytics to determine or try to predict the outcome of the presidential election. We have been doing this since early September, and remarkably, as we'll see, each week, each time we've done it, the prediction has been the same. So, Grant Rainier, founder of IntualityAI, what is the latest as we close in on the last few days?
Well, the prediction of the system has stayed with Harris, but the margin, of course, is narrowed quite significantly since we started doing this September. But still, it's predicting Harris victory, but it is an incredibly close race. And so I'm going to go to the first chart here that focuses on the important swing states, and there are 7 of them that have been identified as the crucial swing states. And over on the left side, the chart there shows the predictions of the system without adjustment, and I'll explain the adjustment in just a little bit here, but going down the 7 states, the electoral votes for each. For example, Arizona's got 11 electoral votes, and the system right now is predicting Trump for Arizona. And you can see the actual prediction points that the system calculates is 47 to 49, and then all the way down to Wisconsin. And at this case, Trump has 1 additional state than Harris. But then when you add all this up in terms of the electoral votes that go with these states, has Trump by 5 electoral votes net. And so then we take that, then we go to the right. The system comes out with, and all the predictions it makes, whether it's in the markets or sports or elections or health, comes out with a confidence value. That is, just like us, when we make a prediction, we have a certain amount of confidence in the predictions that we make. The system does the same thing. And so going to the right here, we're adjusting for its internal confidence value on each of its predictions. So in the case of Arizona, it changes the percentage from 47 to 29. I'm sorry, to 60.7 for Harris, and from 49.7 to 59.6 for Trump. And so in this case, with the adjustment, Harris has a slight lead, and so Arizona is being called for Harris. So we follow all the way down, and I think that pretty much explains how this works. And in this case, Trump's 5 electoral votes net that he has on the left side has now come down to 1 electoral vote on the right side, which is basically a tie. And then we take a look down below at the national predictions, that is popular vote predictions, and that goes from 49 on the left side, from 49 for Harris to 47 for Trump. And then with the predictions confidence value, adjusting that, it goes from 62 for Harris and 49 for Trump. And so it's calling the national popular vote for Harris. And then finally, the system is making currently about 50 or so predictions of races around the U.S., congressional and state and presidential and so forth. And so we take a look here at the congressional vote predictions, that is how the Congress will go one way or another, Dems or the GOP. Without the adjustment for the confidence value, it's showing the Dems will take control, and going with the adjustment, it shows the Republicans taking control.
Yeah, about a 1.5% lead for both predictions, 1 for the Dems, and then with the confidence put in, 1.5 for the GOP. Yeah, very interesting.
So now I'm going to go down to taking away from just the focus on the swing states, going to go down to this chart here that shows that in content or in context with the rest of the vote. And so on the left side, again, we've got total electoral votes. The swing states that we just talked about represent 93 electoral votes. The other votes netting out to 445. And so going across Harris and Trump under each of those categories, and then taking this and adding it down to get the overall result. Looking at the bottom of the middle column, at the bottom, it shows the predictions for Harris of 264 electoral votes for Harris, 257 for Trump, and with the confidence adjusted predictions, 287 for Harris and 236 for Trump. And so right now the system is staying with its predictions that it's had for 2 months now, that Harris will win the presidency.
Yeah, and that is interesting, that difference between in the bottom row there between the predictions and the confidence adjustment, about 4 points either way. Harris goes up 4, Trump goes down 4. And of course, the margin of error in these polls is around 4% anyway. So that will be interesting to see. And so, as you say, ever since we started doing this a couple of months ago, we've had a tight race, but we have predicted all along that Harris would win it.
Right. And I'll just point out one minor thing here. In the bottom results, this is not accounting for what is roughly about a 3.3% undecided or unaccounted for part of the potential electorate that is always there. So they could swing one way or the other, or in fact, to maybe get split, however it goes. It may change some of the results.
And again, a reminder, this is the system, IntualityAI system. There is no interference or adjustment, any human interference with these results. It's just run through the system, and this is what we get without any other adjustment.
That's correct. It's only processing all of the polling data that's coming in from all of the polling organizations, and it does it real time, 24/7. And you can go on our website and view that update at any time. It's free. And also we bring in other information or other data is collected as well that we call inference data. And so it could, or influence data, so it could be data that has some influence on the popular vote or on the polls, that is, and also have further adjustment to the calculations that the system comes out with.
So that is www.IntualityAI.com, IntualityAI.com.
So this will be our last podcast before the elections, and we'll see what happens. And we'll come back with the results after the election once it's been decided, and we'll give an update as to how we did.
Yep, and it might take a while.
Yes, it might.
In such a tight race.
Right.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed these podcasts and found them useful. We'll see how accurate they were in relatively short space of time. And again, if you want to know more, IntualityAI.com. Thanks for watching.